Hi, welcome to the Craft House by April. Today we are going to be doing Umbrella Girl. The Umbrella Girl painting is something I've done at a couple parties, and she is very fun to do, and I usually do it on wood. I'm actually very excited to announce that I'm going to be one of the new artists at Main Street Masterpieces in Sharonville. And this will be my first painting that I will be doing there. And they do canvas paintings. I am allowed to bring my wood paintings in and do parties on those, but I am very curious to see how well I can do a canvas painting with some of my old paintings. So we're gonna practice that today and see how it goes. Okay, so my first step is going to be deciding where I want to put my center line, which is going to be this line that goes right across here, just a light pencil mark. And it's about halfway. I'm going to go about right here. It's pretty good. These are the brushes that Peggy sent me home to play with and use. These are the ones that they have at the shop. So I'll see if I can get the sizes and names of the brushes. But so far, I absolutely love these. And this will be my first time painting with them. Since I did do one canvas painting with this type of material, and that was 5 years ago maybe. The first time I ever realized, oh my God, I love this, I want to start doing this. But I did it on wood because my husband's a carpenter. All right, so I'm gonna start with the upper part of the background, and I want to start by painting it white. Okay, so I have an even white coat on here. While it's still wet, you want to keep moving. So I'm going to dip a little bit into my black to make a gray color. And I'm going to start here like this and just kind of gray this area. Wow, this is so much, so far, knock on wood if it's not, but it is so much easier to work with canvas. It just blends so nicely. You can't see through it as well like you can on the wood. I like the wood though for my style of decorating, but so far painting on canvas is kind of nice. Okay, so I just kind of want it to be stormy, and I don't want it to be there. We want to kind of blend. And then I want it to get a little darker, so I'm going to add a little black in to darken it up over here. A little goes a long way. And I cannot stress that enough. A little goes a long way. Okay, so I think that's a good start. Kind of wanted that middle part pretty white. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so my next part for the top, I'm going to go ahead and use the same brush. I'm going to go into my black, and I need to add some more white. Ooh. Oops. Okay, so this is kind of what I got going on. I'm going to mix a little bit of the white and the black because I don't want a dark black line because these are going to be the background trees. So I'm going to start right here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we have some background trees. I'm going to kind of scrape this off a little bit, go back into my white because I kind of want a light gray tree. And that just gives it the look that they're further back. And it kind of just disappears into the background, like it's foggy. Okay. All right, so we have finished the first major step. We're going to start working on the bottom, and I'm going to go ahead and get my red together, and I'll be right back. Okay, for step number 2, I'm going to continue in my black and white, and instead of going up and down, we're going to go left to right. And I'm going to get back into my light gray white. I want a little more lighter right here in the center. Okay, just trying to get this wet so the paint will move pretty easily. This is all going to be painted over, so don't stress out about this part. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into this smaller brush, and I'm going to kind of mark out where the flowers or grass area is going to be, the landscape area, into my black. So, and if I start in, I can come out a little more, and I just kind of make a big wave just to start, and then I can bring it in from there. So I want to bring it out a little bit here, and then this one I want to come out further, and then kind of trace back in. So, and then what I'm going to do is, after I got the pathway that I like, and this is okay because we're going to go over this too, but if you put the black down, it's going to give good shading when we put down those red flowers or leaves or the landscape. Okay, so that's about what that should look like so far. Okay. All right, so that is a great start there. Let's see. That needs to dry before I put on the red. So then my next step could be the Umbrella Girl. So let's start with her. I'm going to go, well, I still want to use this one. I kind of like this. Okay. And using canvas and this not being completely dry, I'm going to go ahead and put, actually, I think it would be a really good idea to go ahead and maybe dry this up a little bit. Okay, for my Umbrella Girl, I'm going to start by making her legs, which is going to be about here. And I'm actually going to make a triangle. It's going to be an upside down triangle, like a cone. Okay. And then her jacket or dress comes right about here. And then I'm going to do another triangle up. And I want it to look like the wind is blowing her dress. So it's going to be, I actually took that over pretty far, probably a little too far. If I was to redo this, I probably would have taken it over half of where I took it. And then it's just been a while since I made the painting, but I'm going to bring this skirt over here and bring it up. Okay, so that's the start of my girl, and then we are going to put an umbrella right here. to hide the rest of her. I'm really enjoying painting on canvas, I have to say. I didn't know what I was missing out on, guys. Okay, so I'm going to kind of wipe it off because I'm going to do the shadowing. And for that, you don't need a whole lot onto your brush. But we'll see if we need to add more as we go. But it's, like I always say, it's add less first. You can add more later because it's much harder to take it back off. So we're going to mimic the same image, but shorten it a little bit. So we're going to go in reverse. And let's see, it's going to be a little messier, but I'm going to go ahead and start by putting lightly, very lightly, kind of making her shadow. And we want it to look rainy on the ground, so we'll kind of go left to right. Okay, so that's kind of her shadow line. Okay, that's her shadow line. And I'm going to darken it up in some places, just barely, a little bit of black. Great. Now, well, I'm going to use this because I have it here. And I kind of want to see what it'll do. So, because Bob Ross has taught me this, but I don't know if this is going to look good or bad. I don't know if that really did anything. Okay. So, the next step will be, sorry, I gotta have it more aligned. Okay. I'm messing too much with it. I can't stop, but it looks good. Our next step is to go ahead and pull that red out now. I am going to be doing some finger painting here too, guys. But the first thing I'm going to do is take this. I washed my brushes out, just so you know. And I'm going to, I actually wish I had more of a red. This is a flamingo red. In the studio, it'll be brighter red. But I'm going to go ahead and start with my umbrella. And I want it to start over to the side. So I'm going to bring this down like this. And then start the hoop. Just like a little rainbow shape, half circle. And then connect it back up to the middle. And then I'm going to do another one over here and another one over here. What's up? So then we're going to connect it here. Now, I wanted to, so that's the umbrella structure. I wanted to kind of make it smaller than I do have these more rounded because, like I said, it's easier to go bigger than smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in now, how I would prefer it. And if you notice, I just took it up a little bit. Because sometimes umbrellas can be a little tricky. And then just fill that in. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to wipe it off just a little bit because I'm going to go down here in my shadow. The reflection from the water, from the rain. I'm going to start in the middle, or actually it's probably bigger right here. Okay, so there's my reflection. Okay, now I'm going to get back into my red, and I'm going to go almost to the edge. I want to see a little black. But when it's on top, I want to see the red. And on the bottom side, for shading, I want to see the black. Okay, and then we are going to color the whole thing red. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this side. My child needs gum and the dog is barking, so I'm just going to pause right here for just a second. Okay, that's getting situated. I'm going to go ahead and go back into my red and keep going here. Okay. Now this is where it's going to get a little tricky for me because I'm used to working with wood. So bear with me as I figure this out. With the wood, it doesn't cover so great. So I kind of used that to my advantage on this painting. Here, see how it's darker and gets brighter. So I'm going to have to figure out a new technique on this. So let's try this. I think what I'm going to do is add some dark back in here. Just tapping it. because I want it to seem darker in this area where the sun isn't really hitting it. And then it's going to be brighter in some other areas, just to give it some dimension. Dimension really brings a painting to life. This looks a little bit like a disaster right now, but it'll come together. I really think it will. I'm going to go back into my red with the black, still pretty fresh, and just kind of mix that in. Okay. All right, it's got some nice shadow areas. I'm going to rinse off my brush. I'm going to get back into the black. Oop. Just kind of tap. Okay. And then maybe, okay, I'll do that last. Let's see what else. Maybe go back in and just add a few more dark spots again. Okay. I'm going to now lighten some of the red up. Rinsing off again, getting into my red, and I'm going to add some white. I kind of wish I would have used a brighter red on this painting, but I didn't have that. Okay, we're going to try to lighten this up over here. And I want to do it without changing the painting too much, but I'm going to have to really play here. Okay, now that I have it lightened up, I'm going to go right on into finger painting. So into the red. Kind of want to bring it up across this line here. So far, it's doing pretty good. Okay, it's really important to go on the edges. That way you can really see how it looks like flowers, is what it kind of reminds me of, or leaves, just nature. You don't want to smear it because it's just going to blend right together. Okay, so I have that part finished, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other part, and then when I come back, we're going to work on the trees. I went ahead and finished the red part on that. We're going to get right into our trees. We're going to go back to the big brush. And we're going to go into our black. And once we dip it into the black, we're going to take the trees up this way, not that way. Okay, we're going to go up skinny way. If that's how you would say that, I don't know. So, my first big tree, I'm going to put right here. I'm going to go straight up. There it is. And then I'm going to go up again and branch off this time. And now I'm going to come back down and thicken it up. Okay. And then I'm going to put another small one back here, a little further back. All right, and then I'm going to go over on this side. I'm going to have a big old tree. Okay, and there's the start of that one. Okay. All right, so those are our two big trees. And then for the bottom part of the tree, I am just going to give like a shadowy look. Nothing too complicated, you know. Now, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to rinse this off and get into my other brush. Okay. I'm going to go into my black and kind of wipe it back off again. Oh, wipe it back off because we're going to do the shadow lines. So I want a few stones, first of all. Okay. And then I'm going to pretend like this is a shadow from that big tree. I got some red in there. Okay. So that's a shadow. Put one over here for this one as well. Okay. And then I want to go into my white gray because there's some shadows of this tree, the background trees as well. That needs to be a little darker. All right, so we have that mirrored. And then I had it a little white there, but I'm going to go wipe some of it off. And then we're going to make watermarks. So it looks like the ground is wet. So I want more white. And I'm just kind of going to go left to right here. Okay. And that looks nice. I'm going to add a little bit of black in there. All right, I hope that looks really cool. All right, I'm gonna go back into my black just a little bit. There's a part I need to work on right here for her. I'm gonna thicken it up. It just looked too skinny. And we ain't skinny. So, okay. We're getting close, guys. I'm going to add some little details to the umbrella. I'm going to add the little top. And then a couple lines. These are much thicker than I had anticipated. I don't love that. But, I don't know. Let's see how well it is to clean something like this up. Okay, not bad. I took off the red too, but I would rather do that. Okay. Just kidding. We're going to leave it like that for now. I need a much smaller brush to really get in there. So I may need to buy some brushes for that, but I do have some I can use that I can bring with me to those paint parties, so no problem. And I'll show you what that is here in a minute as well. Okay, so let's get some leaves up into the trees, and we're going to do some more finger painting. And I kind of want it to drape down occasionally. You don't want it to be the same height all the way across. And I'm going to have to loosen this to really get up in there. There we go. There we go. I hope you're loving this. It is one of my favorites. All right. Well, guys, I think we're pretty much finished. Except I do need to add those two little lines on the umbrella. And we will get into this brush, which is a really tiny brush, into our black. I'm going to fix the point first of all. And then I'm just going to put two lines. And that is much better. Much better than it was. So I think we are done. I'm going to show you this up close. Usually when I think I'm done, I'm not done. But I think I am. So here's the painting on canvas. And let me know if you like it. And let me know which one you like better. Between the two, I'm coming back. You know? Size is definitely different. This has a more rustic look. So, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think if you were wanting to have a paint party, which one you would rather have in your home. And you can always do whatever colors that you want. Here is the pink. I think is absolutely adorable. I highlight a lot more with the white, if you can tell, but it's pretty much basically the exact same. And this painting's nice because it's only 3 colors. So, which color do you like the best? The red, the pink, the teal, or turquoise. We do have a teal one, yellow. I will post pictures of my past parties so you can see what other people chose to do. But thank you for joining me today, and I hope this was helpful. And if you do decide to do this Umbrella Girl painting, please take a picture and show me because I would absolutely love to see it. Thanks. Bye.